I need to get new fangs so bad. They still look good though, but this one feels tight. I've had them for I've had them since 2018, so 8 years. So it's time. All right, hi ghouls, welcome back to my channel. Um, I know, I know it's been a minute. It's been like 10 days since my last upload. I uploaded that on my random vlog. Um, and everything, and I'm still doing my Saw. Um, I'm still doing my Saw review series. I will. Oh, there's Rosie. I'm still doing my Saw review series. I am working on my Saw 3 review, so be on the lookout for that. I'm still doing that, so don't worry. But I finally finished Interview with the Vampire, 1976 by Anne Rice. And I have a lot of emotions right now, which is why I'm so kind of vamped up, because this is why I got my fangs on. My lipstick is getting on them. I have to clean them when I get done with this. But yeah, I finally finished Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. And wow. This book, I've already seen the movie. I haven't seen the TV show yet. I heard the TV show is great. I heard it's better than the movie, which I digress. I don't know, but anyway, I've seen the movie. I haven't seen the TV show yet. Let me know if it's good though in the comments. But I never read the book, and I got this book last year from a thrift store, so that's why it looks kind of tattered. And I also got the Vampire Lestat book on my nightstand, as you can see, because I'm going to start that one tonight. And this book, it's so much more darker and so much more grimmer than the movie. I was still blown away. I thought I was going to be like, it's okay. I already kind of know the story. The book is always better. The book is always better. Now I don't hate the 1994 Interview with a Vampire movie with Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, and Kirsten Dunst. I actually think that's a pretty good movie. But the book, there's so much more. There's so much like rawness and like just angst and eroticism. Anne Rice, may you rest in peace. You knew what you were doing when you were writing this book. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like criticize Anne Rice because of her you know her romance in a way. I know a lot of people like find her romance in her movies a little, not movies, books a little questionable. If that makes sense. This is the only thing I've read from her so far, but I do want to read more of her work because I was nearly in tears at the end because there was just so much going on. Oh my god. Ah! Oh, and if you didn't know, Miss Anne Rice herself, wrote this book shortly after the unfortunate loss of her young daughter, who ended up tragically passing away from leukemia. And I think this was her way of like coping, not to eliminate her grief and her pain, but to like make it more dull, if that makes sense. I don't know. But there was definitely a lot of heartbreak. I can see, it definitely has a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of heartbreak, especially, I'm not gonna say much, but especially what happens with Claudia. Again, not gonna say much, but this book is so old and the movie's old. It's been like how many years? You have no excuse. But at the same time, I'm gonna be nice and not say much. But there's definitely a lot of differences in the novel and there's definitely a big difference between the novel and the movie, like like all things, like all you know. But I definitely love how we got to like we explored more like the hatred and the toxicity within, Lestat and with Louis and Lestat. I definitely love how like I said, it's called Interview with the Vampire. So it's all told in Louis's point of view, and he's describing how everything felt and whatnot, and his like how he loves him, but at the same time, he hates him. It's a really their relationship is so fucking toxic. It's just as toxic in the book as it is in the movie. I think that's why a lot of people think there's again a lot of homoeroticism in here, which I don't mind. Some people I think threw a big old fit about, which I don't fucking get. Like it's a fucking book. It's a fantasy book. Like you don't have to fucking like it. If you don't have to fucking read it. If you don't like it. If you know you're not gonna. I digress. Anyway, yeah, love I definitely love the more grimmer like feel to this book. Like the in the movie we feel like I feel like in the movie it focuses more on the gothic aesthetic, which I don't mind, and the gothic romance of it all. This is a lot more grim and a lot more dirty. It's a gothic horror. It's a gothic horror book, for crying out loud. Like, and it also came out a lot. It is. There are some things that are very, very uncomfortable, though. I ain't gonna lie, especially with like the relationship between Louis and Claudia. Like, I'm like, are they? I know that they're not. I know the vampires in Anne Rice's like vampire world. They don't have smecks, so and I know that they didn't do anything, but it just the way he describes like, oh, he loves her, it's just weird. It's just weird. But again, it's not it's to be expected though with gothic horror. They go gothic horror, especially gothic horror like media goes into more like taboo things, if that makes sense. So I think that's why a lot of people kind of push back a little bit on the book and probably watch the TV show, because I heard the TV show they make Louis and Claudia a little more family friend famule, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen the TV show yet. I want to. I will eventually. So let me know if it's good though, because I know a lot of people, there's some things that they like about it, and there's some things that they don't like about it. Either way, I that was one thing that did make me feel a little uncomfortable, was the whole like Louis and Claudia and everything. That was just like, like, does he love her as his daughter? Does he wanna? Or is he in love with her? But I think we're supposed to. I think it's supposed to make you feel weirded out, and I think he feels weirded out by it too, because Louis is a vampire, but he tries to hold on to his humanity. And I think what happens, I think after everything that happened, oh my god, it's just, oh, it's so, wow. Also, Claudia's age is a little different from in the book. She's like 5 or 6 years old. In the movie, she's like 10 or 12. So that's why I feel kind of weirded out. But again, I think he's more reacting on vampire instincts than human instincts. At least that's what, Reddit described it. Reddit. At least that's, what, some fans have described it. So it is weird. It's very, very weird. And the fact, but it's still very good. I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, it's gritty, it's angsty, it's dark, it's depressing. The nature of it all is depressing. Everything about it is just so depressing. But I still loved it. And again, I think I might like the TV show. I will definitely watch the TV show if I want to, if I will. I don't know. But, but I definitely will. I definitely will. You know what? I'm not gonna bullshit. I definitely will. So, yeah. Also, Lestat is a little more of a selfish. He is a selfish prick in the movie, but in this one, he's like more bratty. He's like the Prince Brat. That's why people call him. They call him the Prince Brat, or the Vampire Prince Brat, or something. Prince Brat. I don't know, but yeah, Lestat is a lot more like spoiled and bratty, if that makes sense. He has the nerve to call Claudia spoiled. Dude, you are just as spoiled rotten as ever. Like you took and took from Louis, and yeah. Lestat, what a fucking asshole. But yeah, yeah, I think that concludes my review, my first book review on this channel, which I'm proud of myself for. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I did start this book I started this book last year and then I fell off for some fucking reason. And then I picked it back up in January, and I'm so freaking glad I did, because this is so good. It's so good. If you find it, I like I said, I thrifted this. I got this on thrift books online. So if you find it somewhere, check it out at your local library, or go read it on your Kindle if you're a Kindle girly. I'm not, but But yeah, I recommend it. Absolutely a 10 out of 10. I recommend it 100%. If you love vampires, you love the erotic gothic horror, this one's for you. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I also recommend the movie if you haven't seen it yet, too. Although to be fair, I do think, the movie is, they left out a lot of good parts. But other than that, 10. 10, 10, 10, 10. Loved it. Will probably read it again. Can't recommend it enough. Anne Rice is the GOAT. I cannot wait to read more of her work. I definitely cannot wait to read The Vampire Lestat. So yeah, that concludes my review on The Interview with the Vampire. Like, comment. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the ending is very different in the book than it is in the movie. So keep that in mind. And I can't wait to see where, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to say much, but I'll just say I cannot wait to see where it takes off, where the rest of the story takes off after the ending of this, because I'm intrigued. So yeah, okay, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. You don't have to, but it's there if you want to. And please be on the lookout for my Saw 3 review. I don't know when I'm going to upload this. I'll probably upload this on probably before my Saw review. We'll see. Or after my Saw review. I don't know. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. You don't have to, but it's there if you want to. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, ghouls.